and welcome. You tune into Market Fatafat. I'm Ankita Saxena, and let's talk about the primary market first. Omnitech Engineering is also set to launch its 583 crores IPO on the 25th of February with a price band of 216 rupees to 227 rupees. My colleague Sajit Mangat caught up with the management. Uday Kumar Parikh, the CMD of Omnitech Engineering, and Paras Parikh, who's the WTD and CFO, to know more about the capital deployment and expansion plans of the company after they raise their fresh issue for 418 crore rupees. Let's take a look.
We are mainly into the precision machining engineered product, mainly used for the different applications like the energy segment, industrial equipment, motion control and automations, and some of other industries. So we handle up to 5 microns of the accuracy of the products. So we are more mainly into the safety critical product. So how I like to add that like how we have started. We have started in 2007. I have done my graduation mechanical, thorough hand-on experience on this business since beginning of my careers, and step by step we have started our business with the OEMs, original equipment manufacturers, and working for the around 75% out of the India revenue comes from that. So in terms of the size of the companies, we are having 1,500 plus peoples, and similar we have around 200 plus customers and like that. So we are we are having a very good strength into the organizations, like how we are participating to this business, like we replace and we support the international customers, large OEM, in terms of the precision engineered product. So where they use in their original equipment manufacturing in like that. So for that we have a strong team with a strong capabilities and strong system and processes, along with the very high-end infrastructure built up at Omnitech over the last 18 to 20 years. And we have a very long association of the customers. Our our overall revenues comes from more than 90% from the repeated customers, and we keep on adding a new customer base. So in overall customer base, we have a large multi-billion-dollar of customers which are in the domain of the energies, motion control, industrial equipment, and similar types of industries. And for the IPO proceeds, we are coming with the 418 crore of the primary that. Out of that, we have a strong Capex, which we have to support our order book, which is a very strong order book, and supported by the many of the repeated businesses like that.
To get into the customer base first, your top 3 customers account for nearly 29.5% and top 10 around 54%. Isn't that a risk for your business?
So our top 10 customers, it is spread around 50% of the revenues, but they are more on the different segments, different customer base, and like that. And overall in the years, it's sometimes getting changed. Like some top 15s comes to top 10 and like that. So we are having a very distributed risk across our customer profile and our different segments.
Paras, if you can come in here and give us a sense of the kind of margins that your company is working on, because I was looking at the entire EBITDA margins. It is around 31% for the first half, but over the last few years the margin profile has come down. What is the reason for that?
No, if you see the historical trend, then we are into the between 33% to 36%, and the figures of the first half years is around to 31%. But if you will see the overall the full financial year, then it will be in the trend of the historical base only.
But why is the margin getting compressed? Is there a raw material cost increase?
That, normally our first half is almost 40%, roughly is around of a total sales revenue, and the second half is roughly around that side, 60% of the revenues, and that's how our business react in that way. And as we are continuously growing historically, and so our sum of expense are like capitalizing, you can say, like we are having a growth trajectory, so we are incurring that cost. And when we are at the end of the years, it is getting summarized as a year P&L.
Paras, if you can take us through the order book and how, what is the duration of that order book for you? Because your top line is in FY25 was around 350 odd crores. What is the duration of this order book that you have with you?
So duration of the order book is between 3 to 5 years.
Okay, and can you also give us a sense of the execution capabilities that you have? I know you're doing a Capex as well for 2 facilities. How much that Capex will add to your entire capacity?
See, in our business, our capacity is built on the machine hours. So at present, the machine hours capacity is around 70 to 75%. And due to this capex, what we are estimating in the next 3 years, that will fulfill our capacities and everything.
And which are the regions that you get the maximum orders from? I know this energy is something where you have the maximum orders from, but if you can give us a sense of the kind of work that you do and the sustainability of the orders from that sector.
Yeah. So I like to add, as you see in energy segments, now energy segments are pretty growing business, and also in that we are having a very different business line into that energy segments where we are serving. So more than around 6 different business lines we are serving into the energies. And apart from that, that business is doing pretty excellent. Apart from our existing business, which are industrial automations and motion control, that are also growing in a pretty well. So that's why our order book are so strong. And in terms of the executions capability, like as Paras has added that. So our mainly capacity are based on the machine hours. So on an average, our utilization is around 70 to 75%. So adding a new capacity will enable us to execute the order more efficiently.
Paras, if you can come in here and give us a sense of the impact that you may have had because of the tariffs which have come in. Is there an impact that is there for you, and how is the new trade deals going to help you, or how will you navigate through the new trade deals?
Yeah, if you will see, we are having a X-Works ecoterms with the customers. 93% is the X-Works ecoterms with the customers, in which the ownership goes to the customers. So once we dispatch the material from our premises, then all the duties and tariffs, duties and everything is bear on the customer side. So there is no any major or effect on our business model.
All right, moving on then.